181 daw po yung evidence pero kaunang bahagi pa lang daw ito. So ibig sabihin marami pang paparating daw na ebidensya against your father.
Ang comment ko lang talaga dyan, ma'am, okay lang din naman siguro na mag-comment ako nito dahil hindi naman ako kaparte ng ICC case. 181 pieces of evidence at sinasabi nila libo-libo. This is a case of crimes against humanity. So kung meron ka lang 181 pieces of evidence, does that show a crime against humanity? Kasi kaya nga sinasabi ko sabi ko, naging kaso ba ito dahil sa atake lang ng media? Dahil laging paulit-ulit ng media yon, ilang taon, war on drugs, thousands killed. War on drugs, 30,000 killed. And yet, nandito na tayo ngayon sa ICC and there's just 181 pieces of evidence. So nasaan na ang 30,000 pieces of evidence? This is not a case for the ICC. This was not even, these were not even cases in the Philippines. Not a single case. So parang ang pakiramdam ko, naging kaso siya dahil sa portrayal ng media sa war on drugs, and that was just the title noong trabaho ng gobyerno na pugsain ang illegal na droga sa loob ng kanyang bayan. Parang hindi siya makatarungan sa 80 years old na tao.
Ma'am, so ang sinisisi
but the ICC is also saying that even one death is already enough to constitute crimes against humanity.
Of course not.
No, ang sinabi po ma'am ng ng human rights group na pinamumunuan po ni Attorney Conti is that it doesn't have to be 30,000 but they have to prove that it's systematic and it's organized. Yun po yung sabi sa press conference kagabi.
Yes, but you have to prove that there were 30,000 victims.
Yeah.
So how can you prove systematic killing of 30,000 victims if you do not have the names of 30,000 victims? So really, truly, wala naman kaming magawa sa media, pero nakikita ko talaga sa lahat ng articles, war on drugs killing thousands, and yet we have 181 pieces of evidence and we don't even have 50 victims. This is 43 counts of murder, not even 50. So where is the system there of killing thousands? No, you don't. No, sorry. Bobo yung abogado nila.
Ma'am, last na lang from my end. You have so much on your plate. Birthday ng presidente, you are the vice president, malayo kayo sa pamilya ninyo na nasa Pilipinas. How do you manage? Paano ang estratehiya ninyo to balance your family time, pag-aalaga sa pamilya, pati na po itong mga problemang kinakaharap ng inyong pamilya? And for yourself?
Well, nung dumating si Hanilet, ay nakaligo na ako ng maayos na puskus ko na yung mga dapat puskusin, ma'am. Na-shave ko na yung aking legs, nagupitan ko na yung aking kuko nung dumating si Hanilet. So on that point, okay na ako. Sakto naman yung tulog ko, sakto yung kain ko. So wala na tayong problema dyan. Pagdating naman sa mga anak ko, nandyan yung aking husband. Siya yung parent. Ngayon, solo parent siya doon sa aming mga anak. At pagdating naman sa trabaho ko sa Office of the Vice President, dahil nga konti na lang din ang projects namin ngayon, ay kayang-kaya nila. We do it remotely. They give me updates every morning sa kanilang time, and then I give them replies every morning sa time namin. So may sistema kami doon sa Office of the Vice President. And well, yes, organizing the team, the support team of the legal team of President Duterte and the support team of President Duterte in The Hague. Yun lang yung hindi pa naaayos